You think more income will finally make life simple. But the moment the money starts getting bigger, the expectations get bigger too. Rent gets better, taxes get louder, people assume you are fine, and suddenly the number that was supposed to free you starts creating a new kind of pressure. Every income level changes the game. At $0, you need money to survive. At 50,000, you need money to stay stable. At 100,000, you expect freedom. And at 1 million a year, income stops being a paycheck and becomes a machine that must keep running. Level 1 is $0 a year. You do not have income yet, so every decision feels temporary. You wait before buying anything, you depend on help, savings, or small opportunities. And even basic plans feel fragile because nothing consistent is coming in. At this level, time feels slow because money is not moving toward you consistently. You wait before saying yes, you wait before making plans, and you wait before taking risks. Not because you are lazy, but because life without income makes every choice feel expensive. You start realizing that no income does not only mean no money, it means dependence. You depend on timing, on other people, on luck, on small chances, and sometimes on patience you do not even want to have anymore. But then the first money starts coming in. It is not enough to change your life, but it is enough to change how you see yourself. For the first time, you're not only waiting for money, you are earning it. Level 2 is $10,000 a year. It is not enough to feel stable, but it is enough to feel like something has started. You begin connecting work with money, effort with results, and for the first time, your future feels slightly less imaginary. The problem is that this money disappears almost as soon as it arrives. Food, transport, bills, small repairs, and basic needs move faster than the income itself. You are earning now, but the money still does not stay long enough to become stability. But even small income teaches you something important. You start learning rhythm, timing, responsibility, and the emotional difference between waiting for help and creating money yourself. It is still fragile, but it is no longer nothing. Level 3 is $30,000 a year. This is where independence starts to look possible, but it is still fragile. You can cover more of your life now, but rent, food, transport, and one surprise expense can still make the whole month feel unstable. You may have your own place, your own bills, and your own routine, but the freedom is thin. You are not completely dependent anymore, yet you are still close enough to the edge that one mistake can pull you backward. This level teaches you that income is not only about earning more, it is about creating distance between your life and the edge. And once that distance finally appears, the next level starts feeling like stability instead of survival. Level 4 is $50,000 a year. From the outside, this is where life starts looking normal. You can pay rent, cover bills, buy groceries, replace small things when they break, and maybe save a little. But the strange part is that most of the income already has a destination before it even arrives. This is the normal life trap. Nothing looks broken, and nobody around you thinks you are struggling. You have a routine, a paycheck, responsibilities, and a life that looks stable from the outside. But underneath that normal life, the margin between comfort and stress is still much thinner than people imagine. At this level, the paycheck starts arriving with invisible labels already attached. Rent takes one part, food takes another, insurance takes another, transport takes another, and small subscriptions quietly take their share too. By the time the month begins, freedom is already competing for whatever is left. This level teaches you a hard lesson. Normal does not always mean free. You can look responsible, pay your bills on time, and still feel like the month is already decided before it starts. At $50,000 a year, the goal is not luxury. The goal is building real margin. But once the income rises again, something changes. The month finally starts breathing a little. You are not rich and you are not fully safe, but the constant pressure starts losing some of its power. This is where comfort begins, and comfort brings its own trap. Level 5 is $75,000 a year. For the first time, life can feel comfortable instead of only manageable. You can upgrade small things, go out more often, save without feeling impossible, and finally experience the dangerous feeling that you have room to spend. The danger at this level is subtle. You do not suddenly become reckless. You just start saying yes more often. A better apartment feels reasonable, nicer dinners feel deserved, and small upgrades stop feeling like luxuries. Slowly, the lifestyle begins expanding into the space income created. Because the pressure is lower, the leak becomes harder to notice. You are still earning more than before, and life feels smoother, so the extra spending does not feel dangerous yet. But if every new dollar becomes a new habit, comfort quietly turns into another trap. Then comes the number people talk about the most, $100,000 a year. It sounds like the line between normal and successful. You expect the pressure to disappear, but at this level, the illusion becomes stronger because the number feels bigger than the freedom. Level 6 is $100,000 a year. On paper, this is the income level many people dream about. It sounds clean, powerful, and successful. But when the paycheck becomes real, taxes, rent, debt, insurance, family expectations, and lifestyle all start competing for the number before freedom ever gets to touch it. The strange part is how quickly six figures can start feeling smaller than the dream. You are earning more, but you're also expected to live better, save more, help more, and worry less. The world treats the number like proof that you are fine, even when the pressure is still there. This is the six-figure trap. The number gives you confidence, but confidence can make spending feel justified. A better apartment, a better car, better vacations, and better habits all feel reasonable now. If you are not careful, the income rises, but the lifestyle rises almost as fast. At $100,000 a year, the rule is simple. Do not let the number rewrite your habits faster than it builds your freedom. Six figures can become powerful, but only if the extra income becomes margin, savings, investments, and control, not just a more expensive version of the same life. But if your income keeps rising, the next level feels very different. At $250,000 a year, the money is no longer small, and the outside world can clearly see success. But with that success comes pressure, expectation, taxes, responsibility, and the cost of maintaining the life your income created. Level 7 is $250,000 a year. This is high income by almost any standard. You can afford better housing, better options, better security, and better choices. But you also start carrying bigger decisions, bigger taxes, bigger expectations, and a lifestyle that can become difficult to reduce. At this level, mistakes become more expensive. A small decision is no longer small when it is attached to a bigger house, a bigger car, a bigger tax bill, or a bigger lifestyle. The income gives you power, but it also makes every financial habit more important than before. The pressure here is different from survival pressure. You are not worried about buying groceries, but you may worry about keeping the life that income created. People expect confidence from you. Your family expects stability. And your own lifestyle starts expecting the same number every year. At $250,000 a year, the rule is simple. Do not confuse high income with automatic freedom. This level can build serious wealth, but only if the money is directed. Without a plan, a high income can become nothing more than a very expensive routine. Then the income reaches $500,000 a year, and the game changes again. The money is now undeniably large, but so is the cost of earning it. At this level, income can create power, but it can also consume time, energy, health, and attention at a very high price. Level 8 is $500,000 a year. This is where income can feel unreal from the outside, but inside the life behind it, the pressure can become extremely real. The schedule is heavier, the taxes are larger, and the responsibility attached to the income becomes harder to ignore. The trap at this level is not only spending, it is time and taxes. You may earn more than most people ever imagine, but the income often demands long hours, constant decisions, and serious tax planning. The money is powerful, but the cost of producing it becomes part of the story. At $500,000 a year, the question becomes uncomfortable. How much of your life is the income actually taking? The number is impressive, but if it consumes your days, your attention, your health, and your relationships, then the money is not only paying you, it is also buying pieces of you. The rule at this level is simple. Protect the life behind the income. High income is powerful only when it does not destroy the person producing it. If the money grows while your time, energy, and health collapse, then the income is winning, but you are not. Then comes the final income level, $1 million a year. At this point, income is no longer just a salary or a paycheck. It becomes a system. And every system has to be managed, protected, optimized, and kept alive, even when you are tired. Level 9 is $1 million a year. From the outside, this looks like the finish line, but inside the reality, it is not simple. The income usually depends on a business, a brand, a high-value skill, investments, or a system that needs constant attention to keep producing. At this level, your income may not come from one place anymore. It can come from clients, products, deals, assets, teams, platforms, or investments. That sounds powerful, but it also means more moving parts, more risk, more decisions, and more things that can break if ignored. The final trap is believing that $1 million a year automatically means peace. It can create freedom, but it can also create a machine that owns your calendar, your attention, and your energy. The question is no longer how much you make, but how much of you the income requires. The biggest lesson is that income is not wealth. Income is what enters your life. Wealth is what stays, what grows, and what keeps working after the income stops. A person can earn a fortune and still feel trapped if every dollar needs to keep moving just to maintain the machine. Every income level changes the problem. At the bottom, you need money to survive. In the middle, you need margin and discipline. At the top, you need systems, protection, and control. More income can help, but only if you understand what the next level is asking from you. So the question is not only how much money you want to make, the real question is what kind of life that income creates. Because the goal is not just to earn more, the goal is to keep more, control more, and build a life that does not collapse when the income changes.